Hi, my name is Kelsey Johnson, and I will be introducing you into some of the ways that athletes who have injured their shoulders are being rehabilitated today. Some of the many sports that athletes get injured often in their shoulders include baseball, tennis, golf, swimming, and powerlifting sports, or extracurricular sports of heavy power lifting. In football, a lot of athletes get injured because they get tackled in awkward positions sometimes. They might land on their shoulder. That by doing this, they'll cause the shoulder muscles to be forced in directions that they're not meant to be forced or pushed, and the rotator cuff can be torn or strained. Such an example is a Sam Bradford, quarterback for Alabama. He's been getting injured a lot recently on his shoulder. And also quarterbacks, such as Sam Bradford quarterbacks, they can also injure their shoulder by constant throwing. This overhand movement is not normal for the human body, it's not natural, and it puts a lot of resistance on the shoulder. The same concept you can apply to baseball. A lot of pitchers, they pitch a lot. They can pitch over 80 pitches a game, and when you play a lot of games in a season, you know, they're talking over 20 games or more. It can put a lot of stress on your shoulder for a lot of years. So by doing this, if you're going to be involved in sports, you need to be flexible and stretch a lot, and strengthening, as well as a good diet. Strengthening and stretching is the best and quickest way to prevent injuries in sports. Tennis as well, a lot of athletes are being injured in tennis as they age. This underhand motion is normal, it's not unnatural, but over long periods of time, the cartilage in the muscles and the joints will start to wear away, and a lot of aggravation, and you'll get swelling, almost like tendonitis, but it'll be in your shoulder. The same can apply for golf. If you play for a long time through the PGA Tour into the Senior Tour, a lot of players that are that old and they don't take a lot of vitamins, such as their vitamin D or other vitamins that will help to strengthen your muscles and your tendons. It can cause problems for flexibility and possibly influence the game. Swimming is another sport where a lot of athletes get injured over time. It's not an impact sport, but swimming styles such as the free stroke, where your shoulders are going back and over your head, and the butterfly, it puts a lot of stress on your shoulders. The butterfly is even worse because both your arms go back and over your head, and it's not natural. That's why, such as Michael Phelps, they do a lot of flexibility training, and it keeps him from preventing more injuries in the future. The last and final section of athletes who get injured a lot are weight trainers or powerlifters. This is because a lot of techniques are taught and executed wrong. For instance, a lot of the bench presses, such as when you go back, a lot of athletes who do bench press, they go back way too far. You're supposed to touch your chest, but if your arms are too close together, you're putting a lot of stress on your shoulder, and it causes tension on your tendons and ligaments and your rotator cuff, especially those athletes who bounce the bar off their chest and go up. It puts a lot of instant force on the rotator cuff. It can cause problems. Military press, when you go up, it's the same concept. You go up and you go down. They'll go down and they'll touch your chest. You're not supposed to go that far down. You're only supposed to go to about your chin. So by going a lot farther down, you'll cause more stress and more problems for your ligaments and your tendons, and pain that's not necessary in order to execute an exercise properly. At this point in the introduction, I'm going to introduce to you some exercises that will help you to grow in strength and flexibility in your rotator cuff. The first exercise I'm going to show you is shoulder external rotation. This rotation, or this movement, will help you to strengthen your shoulder in this kind of motion, going away from your body like this, or simply like this. So first thing you're going to need is a dumbbell. A simple 5 pounds, 10 pounds, or 15 pounds if you're strong enough will suffice for working out the muscle and strengthening flexibility. The first prop you'll need is, or first thing you'll need is weight, a dumbbell preferably, or you can use cable machine. I'm going to use this remote right here as a prop. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to stand with your feet together. You're going to hold the dumbbells in your hand facing up. And you're going to put your elbows on your side with your arms straight out at 90 degrees. And you're just going to go out slowly and keep your elbows on your hips. And you're going to feel tension and go till you can't go anymore without taking your elbows off your hips. And you'll feel it burn a good bit. Do this about 15 to 20 times and do 3 sets. And after this, you'll feel your arms start to warm up and the tendons and muscles will loosen up, and also your rotator cuff will be strengthened as well as the muscles around it. Another external rotation you can do is you get a dumbbell and you can hold it out like this, and you can go up to 90 degrees. So you're just going from parallel to the ground to perpendicular. Do this 15 to 20 times, 3 sets, and you will be strengthening this motion. This way, a lot of quarterbacks and baseball players do that exercise to help with their throw. The next exercise I'm going to show you is internal rotation, which is just the opposite. Ways you can do this, you can only do this with a cable machine or some kind of resistance band. And the proper form is to grab the band against the machine. Again, I'm going to use this remote as a prop for the grip. And you'll stand next to the machine with your arm straight out, and you will go in to the middle of your body and do the same. Just do lightweight. Do it 15 to 20 times, about 3 sets, and do it with both arms, your left and your right. You can also do the exercise machine up and go down to here. You can even go farther down if you want, and it'll help with the full rotation of your rotator cuff. And these simple exercises over time will increase your strength and flexibility in sports and athletics and preventing of injuries. The next exercise I'm going to show you is more for those who have injured their shoulders already and need help exercising and strengthening the muscles around the rotator cuff and simply cannot use weight. So I'm going to use my PVC pipe as a prop again. And the first exercise I'm going to show you is called a flexion, which is going to be your arm coming straight out in front of your body. And what you're going to do for those patients who can't lift their arms up on their own, you simply get a pipe or anything. I'm just going to use PVC pipe. And what you do is you rest your arm on it, and you push up as little as you can with your right arm in order that you work my left arm right here that's hurt, but you don't want to do it too much to where it hurts a lot. So what you can do is you're just going to raise it and you push it up at the same time all the way to the top and hold it, and then you go back down slowly. And you can do this same rhythm about 15-20 times, 3 sets. And do it with both arms if both arms are injured. The same you can do is called abduction, which is your arm going away from your body. And you're going to let your left arm, which is hurt, go straight down, and I'm going to push it with my right arm. It's going to be working my traps and my shoulder muscle around my rotator cuff and strengthening it that's been hurt. After strengthening for a couple weeks or months, you can upgrade to weight dumbbells, and you can do 2 dumbbells at the same time, going straight up and hold at the top, go down, 3 sets, 15 reps, or you can do 1 at a time and alternate, or you can even go to the side, go up. Another exercise, you can put your arms together like this, and it works your traps and your shoulders and your delts as well. By doing these things, you will increase your flexibility and strengthen your shoulders in order to protect your rotator cuff and your shoulder muscles from injury